Greetings and salutations, Michigan Ultimate Survivor League members, owners, friends, family, and the whole nine yards. It is I, James L. Seagraves, coming to you with the Week 5 edition of the Commissioner's Corner, the official Michigan Ultimate Survivor League podcast. So Week 5's in the books. We have some shakeups happening throughout the league. We had a ton of teams get randomized this week, including several of my own family members. We'll talk about that here in a second. And some critical games went down. We'll look at those here in a minute. I just wanted to say that I just noticed I didn't update the Commissioner's Corner on the official website here, so hopefully you still have us on Facebook. If you do, you saw last week's podcast. Otherwise, I'm sorry you missed out on the indecent proposal edition of the Survivor League podcast last week. But here we are. It is now we're going into Week 6. Week 5 is in the books. This is an 11-week regular season, so we're almost halfway there. After next week, we'll be more than halfway there. So, basically, we're getting there. We're starting to see some teams who have real problems ahead of them. We'll see. Alrighty, so let's get looking. We're going to start where we normally start off, which is, of course, don't look here. Which, of course, is the bottom 20, or bottom 10, rather. The Clockwork Elves, oh my god. He is the worst team in the league. He is the last place team. That means he's 0-5 and has the fewest points out of everyone else who's there. It is the Clockwork Elves, who was randomized this week. Now, real quick, I just want to address something. A lot of randomizers this week, several of which were my own family. And, we had, I DJ'd the night before. We had Yard Sale of Palooza. We usually wait till Sunday to submit our lineup so we know what's going on with the injuries and stuff. And we just totally slipped it because we were busy as hell at Yard Sale of Palooza. So myself, my wife, and Lennon, all three of us were randomized. Most of them turned into losses. Luckily, I played Cody Cole's team, who put up a paltry 50 points, and somehow I won with the most random lineup ever. So I'm not complaining about that. You want to launch an investigation, go ahead, but I can tell you an investigation right here. You put up 50 points, you're probably going to fucking lose. So that's why you lost, Cody Cole. Love you to death, but 50 points is a shitbag show, and there we are. Cassandra lost by 1 point, by the way, on the randomizer. So anyway... Clockwork Elves, Lennon's team, the worst team in the league by definition. Ryan Frazier's Kryptonite, not much better than him, 2 points more. Most known unknown, Wash No Names, Ted Lasco's Biscuits, Tallywhackers, Josh Crampton is down here in the cellar. B Squad, they've been randomized multiple times. They probably don't care about the league, but at least, they got randomized and won this time, so it can happen. Aaron King, who, by the way, did not submit a lineup this week. So here's a proposal for you. Submit a lineup. Normally I'd rag you harder, but I was randomized this week as well, so I can't really rag you too bad. Show me them TDs. They've won one game this year. They lost. It was last week, or 2 weeks ago, I guess now. They lost this week. Brady's Balls, Team McLovin, and Team McLovin is the last one. Few 1-4 teams. We have 6 0-5 teams. Still struggling, still looking for that first win. Tallywhackers has 370 points, though, and they still are 0-5. You will see that a lot of teams do not have 370 points, including, I believe, my own team, who's actually, winning the conference right now. So tough luck for the Tallywhackers, but we're going to scroll up. We're going to see some big falls here. Let's see. Toon Squad's the biggest fall from 19 to 29 or 39 with their loss. Sag Nasty's notch above top notches got knocked down a few notches. They're from 18 to 35. Aching for a Ship goes from 15 to 33. Nasty Nutria, that in the very, very, very competitive Rod Kimball Conference, they fall down from 13 to 26. And there's a few other ones here you see here. But now here we go, top 20, starting off with number 20. How long until Biden is arrested? They lost this week, but they stayed just barely in the top 20 at number 20. They are 3-2 with 404 points. So not a bad showing. You have 400 points already. You're doing pretty good, I would say. Hokey Pokey Vax loses. This is another Provost, I believe. So we got back-to-back Provosts in the top 20 here. 3-2, 442 points. So that's still almost 40 points higher than the 20 spot. Zeke's Relationship Corner, Tom Farmer, up in the top 20 where he belongs. Number 18 with 444. Mo Tunney Mo Problems. I keep forgetting who this is. Who is Mo Tunney Mo Problems? It's one of the new owners. Rob Shanuskis. Welcome to the league, Rob. You're in the top 20. 3-2 with 444.44 points. Barely more than Zeke's relationship corner. Providence Power. There I am. 4-1 after my randomized win with 51.8 points, whatever it was. It was a bad showing, but more than enough to squeak out the victory. 301 points is all I have. That is nothing to be proud of, but I'll take the win. 4-1. The worst of the 4-1 teams by a significant margin. Well, not by that significant margin, because Rocky Keeling, who was in my conference, 315 points, beating me by 14 points. Brady's backup loses this week and falls from number 6 to number 14. How much longer will liberalism be legal? That bad week for the Provost family. All of them lost, I think. Long enough to see a fall from number 5 to 13 at the very least. The Apache Chiefs, don't look now, but the Apache Chiefs on a 3-game win streak and leading their conference. We'll show you that here in a minute. Low-hanging fruit jumps from unranked up to number 11 with a huge win this week. Third straight win for them. Nantab Knights, a 4-game win streak they're riding. They're 4-1 now with 382.71. Pay Calvin his money, formerly Get Vax, still staying with Pay Calvin's money. You guys got to stop changing your damn team names, by the way, because someone else did it this week. I don't know who it is, but hopefully they're relevant. It doesn't matter. 4-1 here. Miss Orange Man and Hot Wife. This is one of these weird situations that I hope wasn't going to be a problem. My dad has taken over this team. He sent me his lineup because he's not technologically savvy to be able to have more than one login. So I submit his lineup for him every week. And I also forgot to do this before I went to the thing. So I submitted a legitimate lineup past the deadline, which is very rare to happen. But I'll be honest with you, that's what happened this week. And he put up like 87 points and still lost. So luckily it wasn't a problem. To the defending champion, Winnie Cooper, put up over 100. So 86 points and loses for the first time. Miss Orange Man and Hot Wife. Tips and tricks on a 4-game win streak. Up from number 11 to number 7, 411 points. Helmets on 98, up from 16 to 6 after winning. He was number 1 for a minute, lost last week, and then won this week. So good job for you. Now you see me, now you don't. The number 1 seed continues to be a curse. Whoever's number 1, it's rare to be number 1 and win. I think because people put up better lineups against the number 1 team for whatever reason, probably to win. So they lose out of the 1 spot and fall to number 5. And then Steel City Sackers, Dustin Hansen, in my conference, a 3-game win streak, have scored 134 points more than I have, but I still have the conference lead because I beat him earlier in the year. So that is a big one. We'll look at that in a second, too. That means we have 3 5-0 teams still. Starting with the Whispering Eyes. 5-0. 1 this week, obviously. But they fall from number 2 to number 3 based on points. They have 392.13 points, which is really good. But still, we can look down here. A lot of teams are 3-2 that have 400 points. I think there's even one team that's 4. Oh, there's several teams. Several teams are 2-3 that are over 400 points. So that's that. DeWyans, number 3. Up from number 3 to number 2, rather. That he has 401 points. And then the number 1 team in the nation, new number 1 team in the nation is Euthelin Lucky Punk. Euthelin Lucky Punk. That is Brian David. I always forget, man. People change their names. It throws me off. Brian David, 5-0, 422.9. Can he break the curse of being number 1 and losing? It's tough. When you're number 1, everyone's trying to shoot you down. That's all there is to it. So there's that. We'll do a conference-by-conference breakdown here real quick. We're basically halfway through the season. Shows you where people are sitting good, where people are sitting horribly, and people who still have a legitimate shot at making it right. Now, granted, we're only halfway through the year, so a lot of things can happen still. But just to give you an idea, Jeff Lebowski Conference, we have number 9, number 13. And then we also have Yorin Chubble. This is the team. Kyle Stoker is the one who changed his name. Luckily, he's not ranked, but he is 3-2. A lot of Velada, Tenacious D, Toon Squad, and Hokey Pokey Vax, all at 3-2, looking very much alive when the conference winner is 4-1. Then down here, we have one 4-1 team. Don't look now, but the Apache Chiefs, Final Four member from last year, 4-1, 3-game win streak. We have Cloacal Kiss, Golf and Ball, Super Original, Mo Tunny Mo Proms, and FarmersOnly.com, also 3-2. We have no 0-5 teams in here, so even Password is Taco, Dom Valenti, a former champion, not off to a great start. Well, he started off great. He won. Now he's lost 4 straight. So, but he has 353 points, so he's not horrendous. Low-hanging fruit, tips and tricks, and Nan-Tab Nights. This is going to be a conference to watch, folks. 3 4-1 teams, 2 3-2 teams, a slew of 2-3 teams, and then Ted Lasso's Biscuits was a team that was abandoned, and apparently whoever took him over has not done them many favors either. But you never know. You never know in this league. He's 0-5. Even if he wins 6 straight games, he's not going to win this conference, though. So this is a tough one for him. But on the flip side, even my ball Zach hurts, which it does, after I got hit in the football the other day at a DJ event I was doing, right in the junk. 2-3, not out of it by any stretch when there's 4-1 team is leading. 3 4-1 teams. That'd be tough, but you can come back. Jeff Spicoli, by the way, we have 11, 7, 10, and 18. 4 of the top 20 teams in that conference. Jeff Spicoli Conference, we got Miss Orange Man, Hot Wife, and Brady's Backup, both 4-1. A huge gap in points, though, 406 and 342. We have Digger Phelps, lost and was not randomized this week. How long until Biden is arrested? Let me ask you a question. Patriot Prince and Gil 3-2. Mac Attack is back. Bleeding Blue Bombers 2-3, and then no 0-5 teams here either. Brady's Balls, Windy Cooper, and B Squad. Nothing is off the table with this conference aside from B Squad probably not submitting lineups anymore. If he gets randomized again, he will be given to an orphanage. Frank and Drebin Conference, we have Whispering Eyes and Helmets on 98. That's 3-6. Whispering Eyes 5-0 with only 392.13 points. Helmets on 98 4-1 with 413.38 points. But then you have 3 3-2 teams there, very much in the hunt. Aiken for a ship, Sagnassi's notch above top notch is just here so I don't get fined. Paul Wallenwine wins again this week. Brody Bruce Conference, this is where it gets a little interesting because we have 3 4-1 teams, 2 of which have complete shitbag numbers, including myself, Providence Power, who is 4-1 but has beaten Steel City Sackers, and I may have beaten 99% luck, 1% hard as well. We'll have to look at that in a minute. So 16, 4, and 15, all up there, 4-1. Hockenstein, Hernandez Hitman, BVC, and Fly Eagles Fly, all very much in it. Couple 2 and 3 teams, and Tallywhackers and most of the known unknown. You got to submit super lineups now to try to get in on points. That's your strategy, basically. Hey, there's the wife. She's back. And then we've got, finally, we said it all year long, folks. It was going to happen. And boy, oh boy, are we right. The Rod Kimball Conference. We have 1, 2, and 5 all in this conference. 2 undefeated teams at 5-0 with Uthelen Lucky Punk and Dewayans. Now you see me, now you don't. 4-1 after that loss. So I think Dewayans played Now You See Me, Now You Don't this week, I believe. So that was a huge game. I believe they played each other. Nasty Nutria, Honolulu Blue Balls, and Sticks Zedinia, 3-2. Play with Mike Ditka. Look out. He's on a 2-game win streak. He was in the cellar. Now he's 2-3. Brooklyn Brigade, fresh off their win, 2-3 in LP Rails. Then we got Team McLovin, 1-4, Wash No Names, and the Clockwork Elves. That's right, Cassandra. Our son's team is officially the worst team in the league.
Hey,
from second to worst, but yeah, I get you. From second to nothing rhymes with second, really. So there's that. What we haven't done in a minute is to check to see who is playing who. So we're gonna do this. We're gonna see who the most. How do we do this again? Player. We're gonna go player. We're gonna go to starter points player. If you want to see who's starting who. We're going to hit quarterbacks, and we're going to hit franchise and player, and we're going to hit now. Or maybe I hit player, maybe. Let's hit this. There we go. So in quarterbacks, the most started quarterbacks are Josh Allen, Kyler Murray. They've both been started by 40 teams. So how many teams we got? 84? Almost half the league started Josh Allen, Kyler Murray. I am not one of them. I think I might have started Josh Allen, maybe. Followed by Jalen Hurts. And then you have Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, and Kirk Cousins with 29. And we get down to Tua down at 1. And Ben Roethlisberger, someone started with 1. I mean, he's okay. I mean, he scored 5.46 points. Tua scored negative 2.39. Oh, my God. We look at the running backs. Top 32 running backs for the moment are, this is just in terms of who started who. Number 1 started is Derrick Henry, averaging 17.126 points when started. So he so far is the most started player with 47. 33 would be Austin Eckler. 32 would be Christian McCaffrey. Well, good thing got him out of the way. 31, we have Joe Mixon and Alvin Kamara. We also have David Montgomery, 32. And I'm just going to hit this and see what obscure players have been started. J.D. McKissick, Naheem Hines, Alex Collins, Michael Carter, and Mark Ingram both had good games, whoever started them. They could have been randomized, too. That's the thing. That's what's weird. We're going to go to wide receivers. Number 1 wide receiver so far has been Stephon Diggs, it looks like. You don't want to be down here with the games and down here in the points because technically if you're a good player, you should be at the top in both. But 7.535 average when he started, Stephon Diggs. Second most started player would be DJ Moore with Adam Thielen, 38. And 37 would be DJ Moore. Tight ends we don't care about. Kickers we don't care about. Let's look at the defenses real quick and see who the number 1 started defense is. 53 people have started the New England Patriots, of all people. 51 have started Denver Broncos. Big drop after that. This means that these teams have just played the Jets probably, or maybe the Lions, which neither of them played the Lions actually. Tennessee Titans at 28, so it goes from 51 to 28. Same with Tampa Bay Buccaneers, San Francisco 49ers, etc. Someone started the Dolphins. You know, that's that. So, yeah, that's if you want to see that, that's where you go, I guess. So let's look ahead at this week's schedule, see what we got going on here. Right into week 6. Is that run there here? Week 6 matchups, top 20 action. Here we go. Pay Calvin his money. Eric Minturn taking on Corey Dull and Toon Squad, who is 3-2. Big game. Big game. Might not be ranked, but still a good game. Hokey Pokey Vax 3-2 taking on Alabama Muff Riders 1-4. How much longer will liberalism be legal? They're 4-1 taking on Yorin Chubble 3-2. It's a big game. Just because it's not ranked doesn't mean it's not a big game. Mo Tunny Mo Problems number 17 taking on the bottom of the barrel, password is Taco, but don't give up on him. He can always come back. The Apache Chiefs taking on the Wagstaff Whalers, 2-3 versus 3-2, or 4-1, sorry. Zeke's Relationship Corner number 18 taking on Chubb Ertz, battle of 3-2. That's also Dom Valenti's team. Low Hanging Fruit, he's 4-1. Eric Hester taking on the 2-3 Nick Harris owned Cheechki. We got a top 10 matchup here, folks. We got a top 10 matchup, and that is Nantab Knights. Michael Myers take it. Michael Myers, it's Michael Myers season after all. It's October. He's statistically he kills in October. Just saying. Tips and tricks. Dominic Mulkey taking on Michael Myers. Halloween Kills actually starts this Thursday. I think that's what we're going to see on Thursday, maybe if I can make it down in time. 7 versus 10. That's a huge game. Huge. It's huge. Let's see who else we got here.
How dare you go see a Michael Myers movie?
Brady's backup, Young Cromwell, 4-1, taking on Winnie Cooper, fresh off his monstrous performance this week. Looking to climb back in it. No one's ever gone back-to-back before. Doesn't look like it's going to happen this year either, but you never know. Miss Orange Man, Hot Wife taking on B Squad, and what will probably be an automatic win. Minturn, get your guy to submit a lineup, please. That is Brian Ellison. About as effective as Purvis Ellison in terms of submitting lineup, so I'm just telling you. He doesn't know about the league. Maybe. I don't know if he's even alive.
I don't know who that is.
You don't know who Purvis Ellison is?
Should I?
He's a former NBA player. Come on! Where's your 80s basketball knowledge? Oh, okay. Who else we got? We got Whispering Eyes, Jason Taylor, undefeated at 5-0, one of the 4 undefeated teams, I believe, right? Or is there 3 undefeated teams? I think there's 4. Taking on Freedom Fighter, Kevin Wilson, 2-3. We go down here. We got 15 versus 9. And, ooh, this is a big game for me because these are the two guys that are tied with me. One of them's fallen. One of them's winning. Steel City Sackers, number 4, taking on 15 ranked 99% luck, 1% heart. It's a huge game because not only do you get the win, but you also get the tiebreaker. So look out for that. Providence Power, that's my team, number 16, taking on Most Known Unknown. 0-5. Justin Redding, what is going on? Don't spin a lineup. It's fine. I don't care. Not this week. Uthelan Lucky Punk, number 1 in the nation, taking on Honolulu Blue Balls. Larry Weinberg, 3-2. Huge game for him. He got randomized 2 weeks ago, and he was very upset about it. So he's got something to prove. And there's not really that big of a discrepancy in points here, so this is a big deal. Weinberg has 397 points. Thielen Lucky Punk, 422, but the difference is 2 games. I really wish I didn't shake my leg so much. The camera's shaking. The Clockwork Elves taking on Sticks It In Ya. Sticks It In Ya. I don't know, man. Dewayans, number 2 in the nation, taking on Brooklyn Brigade. 2-3 versus 5-0 there. LP Rails, they're 2-3. Taking on Now You See Me, Now You Don't, 4-1. And Washington No Names taking on Play With Mike Ditka. Play With Mike Ditka could go on a 3-game win streak after starting 0-3 if Washington No Names doesn't deliver. So there you have it, folks. That's our matchup for this week. I don't know if there's anything else to really go over today. So I'm going to try to post this up and put it on the right site and post the right link. So, yeah, man. I guess we'll be back next week. Enjoy. Get your lineup set. Don't listen to me because I didn't this weekend. And have a wonderful day. Thanks for stopping by.